Hello, how are you? My team is Ecological Engineers, and we are going to talk to you about gentrification building of Oaxaca cities. Um, my members of my team is
Gentrification occurs within a capitalist market system. It happens when an urban space is architecturally transformed by market forces. As a consequence of gentrification caused by tourists, there is a change in the mechanics of ownership or rental of the property that will generate forces displace of the inhabitants of the neighborhoods towards peripheral areas. In turn, these spaces are occupied by people with high purchasing power. One of the people affected was the painter and sculptor Demetrio Barrita, who was expelled from Jalatlaco, an old neighborhood that existed long before the Spanish arrived in the valley of Oaxaca. The artist had to leave this neighborhood for not being able to pay the high rental cost of the space that in 2001 cost 1,000 pesos, and currently, due to tourist gentrification, fluctuates about the 20,000 pesos.
Hi guys, I am the center of Oaxaca right now. I will talk to you about the causes of gentrification. We will talk about gentrification in Oaxaca for many reasons. In Oaxaca, one of the reasons for demolishing a bull and being able to build a new one is because they are really in poor condition or there is no benefit in that old construction, and even new buildings are being to build that benefit is used as society. Gentrification in Oaxaca is due to the fact that every day the price of housing or rent in downtown Oaxaca is more expensive, and for the same reason people prefer to go outside the city center. Infrastructure is important because they are taking use to another level where we are growing as society.
I talk about two effects of the gentrification. One of the main effects of the gentrification of Oaxaca has been the increase in the prices of housing, rent, and essential goods and services, making it evident how tourist rental housing has proliferated. This has led to many low-income residents being forced to move to areas further away from the city center, which in turn has led to a series of social problems such as segregation and exclusion. In addition, gentrification has also had a significant impact on the job market and the local economy. Shops, restaurants, and other tourist-oriented businesses have expanded in the historic center of Oaxaca. New employment opportunities have been created. However, these jobs are often precarious and poorly paid, which can perpetuate inequality and poverty in the city. Another effect of gentrification is the loss of cultural identity and the homogenization of urban space. As gentrified areas become increasingly attractive to tourists and new residents, there is a risk that the city's cultural diversity and authenticity will be lost. Furthermore, gentrification can lead to the disappearance of small businesses and services that have been a part of daily life in the city for decades.
Hi, I'm going to talk about possible solutions approximated by various branches of knowledge. One possible way to find a solution to this problem could be to adopt economic politics of distribution. where all the resources that are generated by gentrification can be used to make another places that are not the main place of Oaxaca City, like the municipalities that are closer to the city to be used with an original purposes and be able to grow and develop to beneficiate to people and the income of those places. Many things can be benefited like the public spaces, living conditions, living spaces, and neighborhoods. Another solution is to hold the people that already existed and their living situations to make better neighborhoods through social problems that are well designed, increasing traditional activities that generated income. We also can work on the small business to get learn to get new community services, restore public places, rebuild houses that are in bad condition, increase the social interaction, and give life to the streets to attract more people to these communities.
Gentrification, a global social and economic phenomenon, has also taken hold in Oaxaca, Mexico. In recent years, the process has accelerated, particularly in the city's historic center, a hub of tourism and culture. Unfortunately, the consequences have been numerous, causing displacement and altering the city's social and economic fabric. One of the primary effects of gentrification in Oaxaca is the surge in housing and rental prices. Platforms like Airbnb have facilitated the proliferation of tourist rentals, pushing many low incoming residents to relocate to distant areas from the city center. Displacement has given rise to social problems such as segregation and exclusion. Furthermore, gentrification has had a significant impact on the labor market and the local economy, while business catering to tourists such as stores, restaurants, and other tourism-oriented establishments have expanded in the historic center. New employment opportunities have emerged. However, these jobs often come with poor pay and precarious conditions, perpetuating inequality and poverty within the city. Let's now focus on the sector of the population most affected by the situation. 1. Founding settlers or heirs of the city. 2. Inhabitants of the conurbations. And number 3. Consumption of daily consumer products. Gentrification in Oaxaca has left its mark of these sectors, leading to a range of challenges such as displacement and growing sense of community and economic hardships. Oaxaca continues to involve finding a delicate balance between progress and preservation becomes essential. Through inclusive urban planning and collaborative efforts, we can strive for a future where Oaxaca remain a vibrant and inclusive city for all its inhabitants.
The neighborhoods of Xochimilco and Calaclaco, as well as in the Macedonian Calar tourist waterway. These places have undergone enormous changes, but the image of the buildings that were homes or workshops, and today are restaurants, cafes, shops, or accommodation services. Therefore, they are the areas with the greatest gentrification. For example, in the Santo Tomas Xochimilco neighborhood of the city of Oaxaca, they explain that new people become residents with investment intentions. This caused the opening of restaurants, boutique stores, cafes, and other regional and sustainable establishments.
Places. One of the main people who have come to what in the center of our city and surrounding communities are Hondurans and Guatemalans, who come in search of new opportunities, and many them find them in the center of our city. Really, the people who are undocumented and who come in search of new opportunities, they occupy 20% of the gringo people who only come for vacation reasons. This is defined by a front of periodical signs between the months of June, July, and October, December. Since 13% of these people come to our state, and of the young people who come for studies, only 18% occupy. Since many do not have the opportunity to continue with their studies and others in other states, as the case from Mexico City.
Now we are talking about the consequence of the problem. The gentrification can cause that native people move to another place to live. This usually leads to negative impacts, such as forced displacement, a foresting of discriminatory behavior by people in power, and focus on space that include low-income individuals and people of colors. We have a very close example. Mexico City is one of the biggest places in the world, and native people have to move to another place to live because there is really expensive. People that live there for many, many years and even many generations needs to live to another place. Property prices increase. The original residents of the neighborhoods are forced out. First, the price for the house and rent of the local commercial are improved more and more and increase the rent price, which forces out the low-income residents. As a building price continue to increase, the problem exacerbates because it becomes even more profile converts and apartment buildings is not to residential areas. Additional, since inventors can earn more money for selling buildings, the real estate sell the buildings at high price. That's make rich people only can pay that rent. People for live in Mexico City, in this case in Oaxaca, can pay for this rent. So this problem is going to be continuous if the government doesn't do anything to fix this problem. Thanks.
Displacement of the local native people. Cost of rents to the places where local people move to. Rental costs depend on housing conditions and location. Some of the most frequent and common places are: average price 8,854 pesos. Average price in Oaxaca Centro 9,837 pesos. Average price in Expansión de Volcanes 11,805 pesos. Average price in San Felipe del Agua 1,831. Average price in North American 8,511. Average price in La Noria 4,624. Average price in Loma, Oaxaca 5,411. Average price in Dolores 2,586. Average price in Díaz Ordaz 14,700. 56. Average price in Reforma 9,979.
Effects on the economy of the local inhabitants. Gentrification has had a significant impact on the job market and the local economy. To the extent that gentrification begins, residences and our local businesses are modified, and hotels, restaurants, shops, and services and tourist consumption are developed. In this process, there is the participation of local authorities, citizens, and important economic sources. However, this result in local businesses begin replaced by franchises. For example, the last corner cafes of local coffee shops competed with some of the largest corporations in the world. This is due of the increase in land value that has an impact on the rise of commercial and residential properties. In addition, the displacement of local inhabitants to peripheral areas causes the loss of cultural identity, segregation, exclusion, and the homogenization of urban space. As gentrified area becomes increasingly attractive to tourists and new residents, there is a risk that the city's cultural diversity and authenticity will be lost. On the other hand, gentrification can lead to the disappearance of small businesses and services that have been part of daily life in the city for decades.